the last couple days at Wealth Mastery, so we weren't able to smash out videos over the weekend, but we have a lot coming to you guys this week. We are still doing our YouTube giveaway. We're trying to think of the best way possible to do this. People said that we should potentially do it on the YouTube comments, but one, we can't, I think last time we tried to get people to post their addresses in the comments and it actually wasn't working. So we're going to have to think of the best way. If you guys know any possible way to do YouTube crypto giveaway, we'll look into it, but we're going to be doing that shortly. So let's take a look at the market. Like I said, I was away from Thursday night till about just about till now. So I missed the dip. I got along on ETH and I got along on BTC, and the profit I made on ETH, I got stopped out on Bitcoin. So I am break even, a little bit over profit, but nothing to brag about. So let's go into Bitcoin. I'm going to share this in the Discord like usual. Make sure to join our Discord. This week we are going to be reviewing some coins, some IDOs that haven't came out, some trading strategies, how to use moving averages, some of the more basic technical analysis and things like that. So we had this large dump. We're going to go over the price of Bitcoin, how Bitcoin or why Bitcoin may have dumped. There's so many reasons. I like to look at on-chain analysis and the technicals. I think the biggest one is just the state of the market. Everybody's so bullish. Everybody is expecting Bitcoin to just keep moving up, and we haven't seen a deep retrace in a little bit. In 2017, we saw retraces up to 40%. So a normal retrace, literally, you don't need a reason to it. That's how market moves. You get higher highs and higher lows. So nothing's going to keep going up. But if we look at on-chain analysis, there could be some more like correlated reasons on why the price did smash that low. So Willie Wu, one of my favorite on-chain analysts, he said that the Bitcoin hash rate was the lowest since November 2017. And I had like a DM, somebody messaged me. I'm in one of these Telegram groups and they're like, oh, the hash rate's down, before anybody even really noticed. And they're like, oh, 51% attack may happen, blah, 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 blah. If you're watching this, Julie, she pointed it out. And I'm like, give me what you're smoking, Julie. I don't think a 51% attack is going to happen. And then, long and behold, we got this friggin' pretty big crash. What's up, Rory Hopkins? What's up, what's up, what's up? So let's go into it. You can see here that the hash rate dropped, and BTC, the price of Bitcoin and the hash rate are somewhat correlated. You can see here we had a large drop in price. We had a large dip in hash rate. You can see that as well. And we had this large drop in hash rate right here. What I wanted to show you guys was more on-chain analysis charts before we jump into the technicals. We saw 9,000 Bitcoins being sent to Binance at the same time, and apparently some of their future systems or whatnot were not working correctly. We saw REN go to 1 cent. It literally dropped 99%, liquidating some people. I saw one guy tweeted about losing his life savings, 150K. So you need to really be careful if you're going to be over leveraged. You can see the sell down was compounded by sell-off quarterly futures using by more sophisticated traders. Also, the future price of Bitcoin fell to 40K while the actual spot price didn't. So that's a huge opportunity. You can see the combination of liquidations, which I actually found a chart that showed, I think he's going over just Bitcoin specifically, or no, he went into including altcoins, but Bitcoin specifically, 4.9 billion in liquidations. The funding rate was high. Every chance people had to get, they were going long. And Binance released that 20% of their traders are going 100%, 100 times leverage. So if the price literally moves back 1%, you're getting liquidated. So I'm not sure how these guys are trading or what type of balance these guys are using to trade. The dip happened while unprecedented numbers of new users are arriving. So we're seeing, I think, approximately 20 to 40,000 new users being onboarded. And you can see that the red is long-term holders with wallets that have already have larger balances that are actually accumulating this dip. So we dropped in price. And a lot of it has been sent off exchanges and into long-term holder wallets. You can see here as well, this is a cluster of price discovery since BTC was below 10K, was the last large cluster of price discovery. And you can see here now we're getting a huge cluster around the 50K, which is around $1 trillion for this asset class. And this is the last thing I wanted to share, which was the SOPR, which measures basically the profit for Bitcoin. And you can see that it's restarted, it's almost restarted, and it's at the base. And you can see here when we restart, the price goes up. So essentially, if people, the average Bitcoin at this price, if people were to sell, they would actually be taking losses. So the average priced Bitcoin is around the price we're at right now. And you can see when we started here, we still consolidated for a little bit. We still actually got a lower price. Same with here. We got a lower price while the SOPR was moving. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got a little bit of a pullback, or if we chilled in this area for a little bit. We have Dogecoin pushing right now, which I'm going to touch into just watching it. It's really pushing. We're in this meme friggin', phase of the market, which is just crazy. And I can't even explain what's happening. SafeMoon, SafeMars, like all these Shiba Coin, Dogecoin, they're just all exploding, literally hundreds of percent in a day. And you can see the 9,000 Bitcoin was sent in, but then there was a 20,000 Bitcoin outflow to a wallet from Binance. So that's a huge amount of Bitcoin. And let's get right into the technicals. I have somebody just trying to call me. I'm just going to put that down. So let's get right into it. So far on the weekly, we are still seeing ascending triangle that I want to see break up to the upside. We can use the wicks. So let's just use the wicks of the ascending triangle on the weekly. And then make that like that. And with ascending triangles, so if we go down on the daily, what's up, B-Burger? What's up, what's up, what's up? We actually on the daily tried to break out and we got rejected. We had this large pullback, but what I like that I'm seeing at least is, if you notice, the dailies bounced off the 50-day EMA very nicely. So it's bounced off here, which was a nice buying area, almost bounced off here. We got a bounce off the 50 EMA here, and now we're bouncing off here as well. So we're just looking to see if this can hold this trend line. Maybe we can draw it a little bit. Let's see how we can draw this trend line. Maybe we'll draw it like this, actually. I like the weekly. The weekly is looking better. We're just breaking below that, but on the weekly, we are holding that. So I am still very bullish, and I always go over this in the videos on all of our Bitcoin videos. And why I'm bullish is because as the market moves, market structure is made. And market structure, if you're going on the upside or if you're going on the downside, you're seeing bullish market structure or bearish market structure. In a bullish market structure, you have the higher highs being made, and then you have lower highs being made. So we're actually still holding that uptrend. We're holding that market structure. Also, what I love to see is the 50-day and the 200-day EMAs are holding the trend. Yeah, wicks I won't count as a break of structure because we can get a very rapid sell-off. We need to have at least 2 candles confirmed. So I would want to see something like this, and then maybe I'll start getting a little bit worried. We need price to come down to the 50K region, which is a strong support. So right here, we need price to come down and then create 2 daily candles under here. And then it looks like we've got rejected. We've made a lower high, and now we're going to make lower lows. And I don't think that we will break under 50K. We might get a pullback to 50 again, but I think 47, 48 would be the sweet spot if we broke under that. Let's look at the total market cap. Actually, let's look at the CME futures. Well, in the last video, we noted that there was a gap at 59K, and we also had a gap at 55K to 54.5. That's where I had my buy area, but we flushed all the way down to 51K. And while I was at the event, I had my buy set up from Thursday, so I didn't really have a chance to, and that's my fault. I didn't have any stops in place. I didn't have anything. I didn't really edit my buys from Thursday because I went into this 3-day event. So I had all my orders trigger for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So my average long was like 55K, which isn't bad at this price right now. But we went all the way down to 51K. And then Ethereum, we'll take a look at as well. So we drew this before the price action even happened. Like we had the dips here, and you can see that the CME futures perfectly bounced off this gap. We created a larger gap to the downside. So I want to see Bitcoin break up here. We can see Bitcoin being very resistant now. So we filled this. We can see Bitcoin being very resistant at the 60K region because we have the gap to the downside now that we need to not only fill but break above. And this was a very bearish gap, in my opinion, to the downside. But we are still in the larger time frame and an uptrend. On the weekly, we're in a heavy uptrend. And then I'll go to let's look at Bitcoin dominance and then the total market cap in a little bit. But I wanted to show the Meyer multiple bands. So this is the logarithmic growth chart, which I can throw on to TradingView as well. But we're using this website. So if you want to take a look at it, you can see in 2013, we pumped into the overbought area. We also we had 2 pumps. In 2017, we had 1, and we're not there as of yet. We still have outlooks of $250,000 to $300,000 for this year. So I don't think this is the end of Bitcoin. I don't think we're in a bear market, and I don't think we have topped out. This is just a normal 20% pullback. If you got liquidated, you're using way too much margin. So I'm still looking for Bitcoin to push to the bullish extension, which is about 80 grand here, 75 to 80 grand. And then I'll shave a little bit off the top to buy back. I don't know if we'll see the overbought 150K right away. I have a feeling that if we see similarities to 2013 and we have two pushes to the high, that will maybe top off under 100 grand. We'll come back down, consolidate, having this huge alt market, and then we can move into the latter part of the bull market, which we break multiple 6 figures. So I can see Dogecoin's pushing up right now. Let's take a look at that in a little bit, but let's look at the Bitcoin dominance. Like I said, when we made this chart, we were just breaking under here. Now we're coming down to this 52% Bitcoin dominance, which shows me that the dominance of Bitcoin's falling. So what that means is the money in Bitcoin is being transferred to altcoins. It's as simple as that. So the more Bitcoin dominance falls while holding the total crypto market cap, and I'll delete these lines. This was my target right here, hitting 2.25 trillion. But now it looks like, and we can see the same thing as well. We saw a big ascending triangle on the weekly on the Bitcoin or the whole total market cap. So I thought the whole crypto market cap, the whole crypto market is going to explode up to the upside. And I had $500 billion as my initial target. As my actually final target, my TP. We hit the first one, and it's not crazy for us to come and test the resistance now turn support. So we can come back down, we can chill out for a little bit. The market's been very heated to the upside. So it's not weird for us to come and test this and use that as a nice support, as a nice base to work our way back up, which we're seeing now. So just taking a look at it. Yeah, that's in play with the dump. The Bitcoin dominance, we shared all that. Let's take a look at ETH. Actually, I'll break down to the 4-hour on Bitcoin because I want to show you guys that you shouldn't be afraid and we are still holding this uptrend very nicely. So I'm going to make a video on the moving averages this week on how to like use it as a trading strategy. Multiple moving averages, different settings, so 50 and 200, or using the 4 and the 9, or using any number that you want that you've back tested, and how to take buys. So you can see here that it's been holding on the uptrend, and when we've tipped below it, we've actually held, and these have been awesome buying opportunities. So we're seeing the same thing. We've struggled to break over the 200 EMA on the 4. This would have been a nice little short if you wanted to counter trend, but you can see that the 200 EMA and the 50 EMA, 50-200, are slightly pointing down, which we want to get the Bitcoin price above that, because when we have them cross, then we have the death cross, and we haven't had a cross in the 50 since the start of the bull market. We had the golden cross at $10,000, and that initiated the uptrend. I'm huge on market structure, so we had the market structure of this downtrend being broken. We had the 250 EMA crossover and then into the bull market, and this would have been a nice pullback or any other pullback to buy. So here so if you're looking at Dow theory and you're looking at just how markets move, markets are going to persist like in that trend until you see a confirmed reversal. And it's more likely to keep moving to the upside than it is to trend against the trend. Like, the trend is your friend. So you're betting on the trend, and you can be sure, like, damn wrong if you bet against the trend, because I see people call the top at 30K. I saw people call the top at 42K. I saw people call the top at 50K, 60K. So these guys calling the tops, one day they're going to be right. You know what I mean? Like, one day in 2017, I thought Bitcoin was going to 100 grand. And like, I wasn't right then. And I can say that every friggin' year, but you know, it's irrelevant. So and you're missing a lot of like missed opportunity. I'm seeing some YouTubers like saying don't buy Bitcoin, and I've watched those videos at 30K, 40K, 50K. I don't watch those videos, but I see those videos and I lose a lot of respect for people. They're just like spewing altcoins and things like that. But to have a balanced portfolio, you definitely need some Bitcoin and some Ethereum, in my opinion. And I understand that these are once in a lifetime opportunities and people want to take bigger risks, but it's all about having a balanced portfolio, in my opinion, and that section for your risk appetite, 5%, even 10%, or wholly, if you want to go 20% and go into these complete shit coins, that 20% will bring multiples over and just explode your portfolio. But if you like bet the farm and you lose it, then you can't play the game. If you can't play the game, you're never going to win. And if you've worked hard to get your money into the market and just save it up, and it took you that long, you don't want to go through that again. So you can see here, this was an awesome support, and this was an awesome support turned resistance. Resistance turned support. So if we take it from right here, you can see that was beautiful. We'll raise it up a bit. So resistance, 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 support, support. And like I said, I had my buy orders on Thursday. I didn't get to edit them since I was in the training. Dogecoin's really moving right now. I think we've covered BTC, profits from alts to Bitcoin. Exactly, B-Burger. I make my trades in altcoins, and I turn that profit into Bitcoin. At one point, I was turning it into Ethereum because I'm like, Ethereum's so cheap and it is undervalued. So we can take a look at ETH BTC, because I think that ETH BTC gives us a chance to make some more Bitcoin. I wanted to double up my Ethereum into Bitcoin. So let's say I have one Bitcoin in Ethereum. I think that a blue chip trade for altcoins is putting some Bitcoin into Ethereum because it's in a clear uptrend. Like I said, we've seen this downtrend be broken right here. We have the lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we broke that downtrend. This was your first large pullback, and it actually tested this low. Actually, it was a little bit higher. So this was our first low. Now we made a lower high. This was our next higher low, and I'm expecting it to move up in price. Safe Moon. Yeah, so I have nothing against these coins. Literally, like Dogecoin, I've made a few Bitcoins off of Dogecoin, and I'm in a trade right now for one of my brothers. He wanted to get some Dogecoin in, and even though I recommended, it's very risky right now, he wanted to do it. So we can take a look at Dogecoin very quickly, and then go into some more things. But I definitely think that. So I'm going to go into the Poloniex, and I'm going to share like my Dogecoin trade. If you go into our channel and you look at Dogecoin and you search Dogecoin in the videos, I've been making Dogecoin videos since 2018, 2009. If you have some time, watch the Dogecoin 2019 video. And literally the price was right here. Yeah. And I said, we might fall into this very demanding zone, which is a huge buy zone. And if we do so, that's where we'll be buying. And it over the last 7 years from 2014, Dogecoin has fell to those areas. We've seen proper market cycles. It's very cyclical from 7, 8, 9 different pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pumps over 7 years. And I trust the market. I trust the technicals. I trust the history. I trust the price data. I trust it all. And I always used to say, if you're buying Dogecoin at 185 sats, you're crazy. And now I'm the crazy one. And you can just see here were major sell areas right here. Major sell areas. And the people I told not to buy Dogecoin are probably like, this guy doesn't know anything. But like I take calculated risks, and yeah, the market structure there could have been bullish when it broke out above here and you could have jumped in, but I already made my crypto on Dogecoin. I did a 3, 4, 5x. I made more than, I made a good amount on that trade. I'm not greedy. I'm not going to give it back to the market. So these are major sell areas, major sell area, major sell, major sell, major sell, major sell, major sell. Why, after looking at all of this, would have I bought this? After I sold for a healthy profit. And like, I did kick myself. I honestly had 2.8 million Doge. At this price today, it's about $1.2 million. So I left about $1.1 million on the table, and I posted in my Discord. I have the amounts posted in my Discord, my entries, my buys, a picture of my Dogecoin. And yeah, like, I'm not salty at all. Like I said, I got my brother, he sent me some crypto, and I bought him Dogecoin today. I told him, you're crazy. Look at this huge move up. There's still not a pullback, and I'm heavy on don't chase, buy the retrace. And I couldn't convince my brother not to buy, honestly. And you can see here that my 261% extension hit, and it's nuts. So I'm using the Fibonacci. I took it from the bottom to the top, and you can see that. Did I just move it? Okay. The 261 extension almost hit. The next one would be just under 1,000 sats. And if we get to under 1,000 sats, I'm how you go into the programs and you right click and do administration run by an administrator. I'm going to sell for my brother regardless. And like, he might hate me for that, but like, man, looking at these previous cycles, Doge is super overvalued. We're literally in a friggin' meme phase of the market. Like, it's just nuts. Safe Moon, is up 150% today. There is Safe Mars is up like 300% today. There's a Shiba coin, and I would I want to warn you guys that the market doesn't work like that. Like, it will snatch all the profits from you and take it back. Markets, not everybody wins. And it's not designed for everybody to win. If you've read this book, Trading in the Zone, You'll win once, you'll win twice, maybe you'll win 5 times, and you'll be overconfident. You'll build that false self-confidence, and you're like, heck, I'm gonna take a nice position, and I'm gonna use all my crypto and take a position here. I really believe it. And that's the loss. That's that one loss that will wipe you. And with these altcoins, these like meme coins, you need to really tell yourself, like, are you fine with losing money on these coins? And like, look at this. Let me show you this. Dogecoin's up 700% without a pullback. And not only that, where it's averaged down on every bear market, it has the potential. And I would put a bet. I invested in this website called I Bet You. I got in the IDO. I'll set up a bet there. I'll set up a bet if anybody wants that Dogecoin will lose 96% of its value and drop down to under 30 Satoshis within 12 months. Within 12 months, I will put up $5,000 if anybody wants to take me on that. And I'm fine with that. Actually, I'm fasting and it's Ramadan, and I lied. I'm not betting. You got to be holy, and betting is against our religion. So I completely lied. I'm not betting. I'm not betting anybody. But like, don't chase, buy the retrace. Does this look healthy? Like, does this look healthy to anybody? This pull up, this is nuts. A 700% bar. Look at that. 700% bar. Okay, 500% bar, and no sign of retrace. It will need to breathe, and some people will take profits. So tread very cautiously. And I'll remove drawings so you can see what happened. What just happened? We can see maybe some support at the 136 range on the weekly, and that's kind of the support. I wouldn't be buying. Haram. B-Burger knows. Haram. No betting for me, brother. But that's pretty much it. I wanted to do a quick video on the outlook of Bitcoin. And you can see here, we dumped on this nice support, nice trend line right here. Hitting off the daily. We're holding this uptrend. The moving averages are still pointing up. We're still making higher highs and higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, which didn't actually pierce or break this. We're actually still held that, and we're still seeing larger wallets accumulate. We're seeing larger buys happening, and I'm still very bullish on Bitcoin, and I don't think this is the top. And these are very normal pullbacks. So yeah, we're on Bitstamp. So let's pull back to the last bull market, and you can see here, for people that haven't, this is 2017. Yeah, for people who haven't actually taken a look at the last bull market, you can see from here, 30% drop. Here, I know this is repetitive for some people, but I just need to show 38% drop from here, 40% drop. I think this was when China banned ICOs. China banned ICOs, we dropped 40%. We recovered right away. Look at this from the top, 29%. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we've only had 1, 2, 3, 4 major pullbacks. But if we can go for a huge push, and then I wanted to share the actual Plan B S2F chart. I wanted to see if I could pull that up, the Bitcoin to stock flow. So S2F, stock to flow, and you can see here when the color turns red and then kind of turns yellow, and we get that large push. You see the change in color from red to orange to yellow, red to orange to yellow. I don't want to, like, when I highlight it, you can't see, but red to orange to yellow. We still haven't had that impulsive pump, in my opinion. And you can see how we very much push away from the algorithm, like from the chart, what its expected price is, which is in blue, red, and the purple right here. And we actually crush it to the upside. Same thing here. So we're under the stock flow 10-day. We haven't even changed colors. And that yellow, that last impulsive push, that'll push us further than what we've seen happen in this market. That last push, I believe here, let me see. That one's when the actual price at the end of the day was price end of the day was $2,000. And then we pushed all the way to 20 grand in the end of the year. So when I'm looking at this, we still have that last impulsive push up where everybody thinks we're going to be in a bear, and we've consolidated as well. Like we're consolidating here. We've been in this huge weekly ascending triangle. And I wanted to share this last part. Does any top, if any of you guys have been trading, does any top give you 1, 2, we'll skip this because this was lower, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Which top has given you 9 weeks to sell? Tops don't give you 9 weeks. 9 times 7, quick math, somebody. That's a lot of days to catch the top of the market. It's still at 56K. Like this is far from the top, which is, okay, it's not 13%. And from the bottom, from the last push, 20%. So we're chilling about 13% from the highest all-time price. And let me give you this. I think it was 50% of the time, markets are 5% from its all-time high. Or it was like 5% from its all. It was, I just butchered that number, to be honest. So let's move on. But we don't have this much time to sell the top. Market makers don't give you this. Blow off tops, they happen very quickly. Like, look at this. We had 1 week, and let's break this down right here. Let's go. So Bitcoin hit almost 20 grand. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days, 6 days. In 6 days, 63 days. 63 days to sell the top. Come on. And if you haven't sold the top, shame on you. We dropped 43% in 6 days. And when I'm talking about market structure, we didn't break this. You know what I mean? We didn't break this. We broke this low right here. So this was the higher high, higher low, higher high. We broke under this low. We couldn't put in another high. So this would have been a sell for me right here. We couldn't have been another high, and then we worked our way down. And 63 days compared to 6 days, and it wasn't even like it gave you 6 days right here. Where's my drawing tool? It's not, let me go here. It's not like it gave you 6 days up here or 63 days up here in this range. We literally had a huge major sell-off. And where we are right now, we're chilling 10% from the top. Like this is a whole different type of market structure, and it's a whole different game. So that's what I want to end it off at. I don't think we're at the top. We may see another little dip. But we are still holding this uptrend. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. We're going to do our $1,000 giveaway. We're going to go into a more in-depth video on how to use moving averages to buy, sell on multiple time frames, on altcoins, and different variations from the 5200, the 409, and other pairs. So thank you guys for watching. Reach out anytime and stay safe in this market. Over-leveraged traders are getting smushed, so make sure you are trading with a trading plan.